Okay, this is the last part of chapter 3, section 7, and what we're going to do is use the complex zeros of the fundamental theorem of algebra, and I'm going to do these odds here. Okay, and I'm going to use long division. I'll make a quick video on how you can use synthetic division, and it works mainly for when you only have, for example, the complex numbers look like this: a plus or minus bi. This is called the real part, and this is called the imaginary part. If one of your zeros is just the imaginary part, it's pretty easy to use synthetic division. So I'll do a quick video on that after this, and then that'll be it for chapter 3. So the first problem is 23. This is 23. And we have 1 0. They state is at 2i. So therefore we know that the conjugate pair is negative 2i. So what we're going to do is FOIL this out. We're going to get x minus 2i times x plus 2i. And when you square this, my a is, remember this is, in general, this is like a minus bi times a plus bi equals a squared plus b squared. So in this case we have x squared plus 2 squared, which is what? 4. So now all I'm going to do is use long division and divide. So I'm going to x squared. I'm going to go ahead and put, if you don't have to do this, fine. I just get confused if I don't, so I put the placeholders in here. And I'm going to use long division. This is x cubed minus 4x squared plus 4x minus 16. So this is going to be x squared here, and you multiply, so that's x squared plus 0x squared. Alright, so this should just be an x, sorry. Since we're going to cube, so this should just be an x, sorry. Let me erase that. Let's get started again. So this is x cubed plus 0x squared plus 4x. Alright, and then we're going to subtract. And this all zeroes out here. We get negative 4x squared here. And then we have minus 16. And so then we're just going to multiply for this minus 4. So we get negative 4x squared. And I didn't leave a place for this, but you can just say negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. So you get a 0. So therefore x minus 4 is a factor. So the zeros, so this is your factor on the top here. So you have your zeros are 4, 2i, and negative 2i. Alright, it's as simple as that. Alright, the next one, 25. We have f of x. F of x equals 2x to the 4th plus 5x, whoops, that's not right, 5x cubed plus 5x squared plus 20x minus 12. Earlier I did a video and I mixed the problems. I combined two separate problems and it kind of got messed up. So the 0 is negative 2i, so we know the other 0 is positive 2i. You might want to follow along in the book, but they give you this 0 here. And so basically it's just like 23, or when you do x plus 2i times x minus 2i, you're going to get x squared plus 4. And we're just going to use long division here. Erase this. And have more room, so we can have x squared plus 4, and we're going to put 2x to the fourth plus 5x cubed plus 5x squared plus 20x minus 12. This is what I'm talking about. This only has the BI part. And so technically, I'd rather use synthetic division on this. And that's what I'll show you later, because this is a little complicated here. And what I also want to do here is, I didn't do a placeholder here, so I'm going to do a placeholder here. This would be x squared plus 0x plus 4. So basically, what we got earlier was, it's really x squared plus 4. Alright, so let's divide this out, and we're going to get 2x squared. So this will be 2x to the fourth. Then you're going to have a 0 here, plus 8x squared. And subtract. So we're going to get 5x squared minus 3x squared. Bring down your 20x plus 20x. So the next term would be plus 5x. Multiply out, and you'll get 5x. This is cubed. Plus 0x squared plus 20x. Subtract out, and we're going to get negative 3x squared, and we're going to bring down the 12. So I'm going to put 0 plus 0x here minus 12, and then this is going to be, let's see, minus 3. You get negative 3x squared. You get 0 here, minus 12, and that all zeroes out. So this is a factor. And if we can factor this, that would be great, which we've seen this before. We already know that when you factor this, this is really 2x minus 1 times x plus 3. So my zeros are what they gave me. They gave me negative 2i. So I knew that I also had the conjugate pair, which is 2i. There's your complex conjugate pair. And I also have 1/2 and negative 3. So those are my zeros there. Okay, it's not so bad. Now, 27 is the harder one. Now, this is the one I wouldn't do synthetic division on, unless you're very good at mental math. So this is why we're basically learning the long division. Here is our equation. F of x equals x to the fourth minus 9x cubed. Again, this is 27 plus 21x squared plus 21x minus 130. All right. Now, they gave us the 0 as being 3 minus 2i. This has the real part and the imaginary part. So my conjugate pair that goes with that is 3 plus 2i. So what I'm going to have to do is the stuff we don't like, x minus 3 minus 2i times x minus 3 plus 2i. Now, what I'm going to do is just regroup this. So this is going to be x minus 3 plus 2i, because basically if I just distribute the negative here, this would be x minus 3 plus 2i. I have to distribute the negative. And this would be x minus 3 minus 2i. Again, if I were to distribute the negative, this would be x minus 3 minus 2i. That's why you change the sign. Now, this has the form of a plus bi times a minus bi. And we know, oops, why did I put square? Bi. And we all know by now that that is a squared plus b squared. So when I square, this is my a, when I multiply these two together, which is basically x minus 3 squared, I'm going to get x squared minus 6x plus 9, and then all I have to do is square my 2. So 2 squared is 4, so I just put plus 4. So my divisor is going to be x squared minus 6x plus 13. And I'm going to divide my polynomial by my divisor here to get my quotient. Okay? So remember these numbers. Hopefully you have the book out. And here we go. We're going to do x squared minus 6x plus 13. Luckily I don't have to put zeros in this one. Oop, I might want to move this down. Can I write up here? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to get x to the 4th minus 9x cubed plus 21x squared plus 21x minus 130. So this is going to be x squared. You multiply everything, you get x to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus 13x squared. Don't forget we're subtracting each piece. That's why I write the negative this way. Alright, and so this is going to be negative 3x cubed plus 8x squared. Bring down your 21x. And the next thing will be minus 3x, because that's going to give me negative 3x cubed, plus 18x squared minus 39x. Now you're subtracting the whole thing. Let's do this in blue. And so I'm going to get, this cancels, so you're going to get negative 10x squared plus 60x, and bring down the minus 130, and the next thing will be minus 10. So you multiply here, and you're going to get negative 10x squared minus 60x minus 130. Oh, this is plus, sorry. Minus 130. That zeroes out. So, and this can be factored as, let's see, I'll use orange. This can be factored as this part right here. I can't write on this now. This right here can be factored as x plus 2 times x minus 5. So our zeros are negative 2, 5, and what they gave us, which is 3. If you want, you can write it 3 plus or minus 2i. That means both of these. So there's 4 zeros there. Okay, and the last problem is 29. Luckily, it doesn't have a real part, just the imaginary part, so it should be a little easier. F of x, oh, it goes all the way to 5 here. Darn it. Alright, so we have 3x to the 5th plus 2x to the 4th plus 15x cubed plus 10x squared minus 528 minus 352. Alright, I'm just doing this one. I didn't give you any ones with 5s on them. Okay? For your unit exam. They're all going to be degree 4. So, what is our degree? It's negative 4i. So, I mean, not our degree, but our 0. So, our conjugate pair is positive 4i. And so, we're going to figure out what is our polynomial here. Minus 4i. So, that's going to be x squared plus 16. Right? All I did was square the 4 and square the a. This is your a equals x, and your b equals 4, and I just squared them and added them. So basically from here, let's see if I can squeeze it in, we have x squared, and I'm going to put the plus of 0x, plus 16 Oh my gosh. Let me see if it all fits. Okay, I'm going to write small. 3x to the 5th plus 2x to the 4th plus 50. If you want to stop now, you can, because this isn't on your test. But if you want to continue, minus 528 minus 352. All right. So we're going to do first, we're going to have 3x cubed. And that's going to give us 3x to the 5th. And I'm going to go ahead and just do it this way. Plus 48x cubed. That means the zero's here, so you bring down, you're subtracting, so you're going to get 2x to the 4th minus 33x. Oh, this doesn't write very good. 33x cubed, and bring down to 10x, so plus 10x squared. Alright, so the next one's going to be plus 2x squared, and so you get 2x to the 4th minus 33, whoops, plus, there's nothing here because of the zero, sorry about that. That's what happens when you don't do the zero, so let's go ahead and put the 0. Plus 0x cubed, and then we're going to have minus, so we brought down the 22, 30, this is 2x minus 33 plus 10x, and we're going to get here, we're going to get 32x squared. Alright, now we have, and I'm going to scoot over a little bit because I'm running out of room. We're going to have, from here, let's see, did I do this right? Yeah. So we subtract, and we're going to get negative 33 x cubed, and then we're going to get, bring down this up, I don't know what happened here. So anyway, negative 33x squared, and then we're going to bring down the negative 528x. So the next one's going to be minus 33x, and that's going to give us minus 30, oh this is, sorry, plus 22x squared. So you get minus 33x cubed, and then minus 528x. And that's going to lead you negative 22x squared, and then you're bringing down this guy. I'm sorry I'm running out of room. This is a mess. I would just ignore this and move on to the next video. 532, and so the next one's going to be minus 22, and that works. Alright, so basically why I wanted to show you this one is because what happens here is when you factor this, you're going to get 3x plus 2 times x minus the square root of 11 times x plus the square root of 11. So your zeros are negative 2/3, root 11, negative square root of 11, and then your 4 plus or minus 4i. Okay. And this one, honestly, would have been better done with synthetic division, because look how messy it got here. So I'm going to do a couple where you could use synthetic division instead of long division, because this got really confusing in here. And that will be the last part, but you don't have to watch it. Like I said before, the one with the 5 in, the high degree of 5, is not going to be on the test for this portion of it.